What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel today. Having a great week. It's getting freaking hot down here in Austin, Texas. But thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to cover some Dynasty ADP talk today. I have the top 48 according to Fantasy Sharks here. I'm going to kind of go through the top 48 in a 1 QB league and talk about some guys I like at their value, some guys I don't like at their value. If you have a couple seconds, hit subscribe down below. Like the video, please shoot me a comment. Anything helps. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. So let's get into the topic for today. So top 12 Dynasty ADP single QB league right now. Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Bijan Robinson, CMC, Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, Marvin Harrison Jr., Tyreek Hill, Garrett Wilson, and Puka Nacua. Now, I put some arrows next to McCaffrey and Tyreek Hill because I think their values are very interesting right now. Now, if it comes to being a contending team, there may not be better players to own that give you a better edge at any given position than these two players. But when it comes to startup ADP, obviously ADP average draft position, not dynasty value for contenders, I just cannot pay a first round price in a 1 QB league for guys that I don't know if I'm getting more than maybe 2-3 years with Tyreek, 2-3 years with McCaffrey. There's just so much youth, even after these guys on this list, Garrett Wilson, Puka Nacua, Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, Marvin Harrison Jr. after McCaffrey, that I think you got to be careful if you're investing into someone at this price. Be a little aware of how short-term the window on your dynasty team may be. It's not necessarily about going all in. It's about giving you a window to win where the variance between winning and losing, you have a couple years, and it doesn't have to happen in one single year. Next here, 13 through 24, A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor, Sam Laporta, the first tight end off the board here at 15, Travis Etienne, Saquon Barkley, Chris Olave, Patty Mahomes, the first QB. We're going to see Josh Allen here in a couple of picks. Malik Neighbors, Kyren Williams, Josh Allen, Brandon Ayuk, and Jaylen Waddle. Now, something here that I am not a huge fan is how high Kyren Williams is on this list. All the way up here at 21 ADP in Dynasty. To me, is just absolutely crazy with wide receivers going after him. I'd much prefer. I'm just not targeting a guy that I don't know if 2 years from now he's going to be a star. Now, I still don't mind getting someone like a Bijan or a Gibbs in the first round. I still would tend to lean wide receiver, but at least with them, I see this 4-year window maybe. I just am not seeing it with Kyren Williams. Next, Brandon Ayuk, I think, is a very interesting rank. I understand why a lot of people like him. I do like Brandon Ayuk. I'm just concerned that if he moves on to another team, he's not going to see the efficiency that he's seen in San Francisco. And I'm afraid that he might be slightly overvalued if he gets a bump moving to a different team. But this is second round. I mean, Jaylen Waddle's right behind him. Let's go up to 25 here, 25 through 36. Drake London, Devon Achane, CJ Stroud, Devonta Smith, Michael Pittman Jr., Rome Odunze, Jalen Hurts, Kenneth Walker, Josh Jacobs, Trey McBride, Rachaad White, Lamar Jackson. Rachaad White is way too high on this list, man. I talked about selling Rachaad White. I would not be drafting him this high. I just do not see the value. If you're putting him in the same range as Trey McBride, Lamar Jackson, Rome Odunze, Devonta Smith, some of these wide receivers going around here, I would much rather invest in those guys just for a long-term sense in my dynasty league. And I don't know if Rachaad White has more than 2 years. It's very similar to Kyren Williams, except Kyren Williams was top 3 in points per game last year, so he at least has that upside that I just don't think Rachaad White has. Interesting to see CJ Stroud this high, especially in a 1 QB league. I don't think I would be willing to pay that. I think there's enough depth at the position, but also you're getting a cornerstone piece for your franchise. So it's kind of tough when it comes to 1 QB rankings when to slot these quarterbacks in. I tend to be one that just thinks you need to be following the trends of your league. And I don't want to be the first one to take one. I don't want to be the last one to take one. I want to kind of just see when they're going and get one of the guys in the middle, whether it's a Lamar, Burrow, Herbert, etc. Kenneth Walker is another one that I just would not be comfortable paying this price. I would much rather have Devon Achane for the upside, Josh Jacobs for the security. I think Walker's this weird mix of he's not super secure, and I don't think he has the upside of Achane. So I think he's kind of stuck in this middle ground that I'm just not super comfortable with right now. Last one, 37 through 48. DJ Moore, Isaiah Pacheco, Nico Collins, James Cook, DK Metcalf, Zay Flowers, Brock Bowers, Dalton Kincaid, Caleb Williams, Travis Kelce, T. Higgins, Mark Andrews. First off, Nico Collins is going to fly up this list with the contract now that he's tied to Texans for 3 more years, signing that 3-year, $72 million deal. And James Cook is just too sketchy for me, man, at this price. Just wanted to point out Caleb Williams down here at 45. Interesting to see how high he is as a dynasty QB. This is above some guys we haven't seen, right? We haven't seen Joe Burrow's name, Justin Herbert, Anthony Richardson. I think that's very interesting that Caleb Williams is going ahead of those guys. I'm not saying I don't necessarily have him ranked there, but I think in a 1 QB league, I'd be a little hesitant. Travis Kelce, he's just such a tough one to rank, but I can tell you this, Dalton Kincaid at 44 looks a hell of a lot better than Travis Kelce at 46 here. The rest of these guys in this range, I think there starts to get some pretty good value here just because dynasty leagues can be deep in 1 QB leagues, getting some of these wideouts and running backs in this range. DK Metcalf is another one that I just don't have this high in my personal rankings, and I would be very hesitant to have him this high and pin him as one of the cornerstone pieces of your dynasty league. But thank you guys for tuning in just for a little Dynasty ADP value, kind of going over some of these top 48 players, some quick thoughts on where I view them. If you want to hit me up for even more thoughts, I did just finish my Dynasty rankings. Going to be posting those soon. I'd be happy to share with you guys how I have them. I'll probably do a video to kind of just unwrap those and go over some of my guys I have high, guys I have lower. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Have a good week. I'll catch you later. Hit subscribe, like the video. But thanks, guys. Have a good one.